Hi guys, welcome to The World is Your Bowl of Noodles, Slurp Noodles and Chat. I am the host Jordan Ibukwe. Today we have a very special guest in the Noodle Pod. She is an award-winning actor, director, and producer who has won countless awards such as the Grand Jury Prize for the Best Actor on the American Black Film Festival, the Grace Allen Award, and the Special Achievement Award on the Red Rock Film Festival for her films such as Things Never Said, Found, and Through the Glass Darkly, and seen on countless popular shows such as Shameless and Reba. Can we please give a round of applause for my mentor, the one and only Shanola Hampton? Thank you for being on my show. This is incredible.
Girl, I'm gonna get you to introduce me everywhere now.
Just thank you. I just really want to take time to thank you because this is honestly just a big deal. Like you being on my show is just like wow. Like I could never see like I just never thought that could ever happen, but now it is. But thank you so much, Shanola, for
Yeah,
being here. This is honestly amazing.
it's my pleasure. I'm so glad to see you. I remember when you were just a little bean singing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. But I do want to get into your acting career and just how you got started or like what inspired you to become an actor.
Well, it's all I've wanted to do since I was 5 years old. The first thing I did was a talent show. I'm actually in my hometown right now of Summerville, South Carolina. And they used to have a local talent show. I got on the stage. I put a fake, horrible wig on, thought I was Diana Ross, saying, "Ooh, I'm missing you." And I heard the crowd and thought, yeah, this is what I need to be doing.
Honestly, seeing people, especially you act, is actually just phenomenal. Especially Veronica on Shameless. I was just like, wow, like it's insane how you just like melt into the character and you act them out. But I do want to
Mhm.
understand the challenges of being an actor that you face because I know that being in Hollywood, there's a lot of just like perfection or different types of stereotypes of what they want to see on television. And I want to know what are like some things about being a Black woman in Hollywood that you think people still don't get or talk not enough of?
I mean, it's funny because, we just went through a cycle that you were starting to see more of us on screen. And now we've gone through a cycle where all of our shows have been canceled, my show being one of them. And so we're back, sort of trying to figure out and make our place in Hollywood and tell the people the importance of telling the stories and trying to still fight for the same pay for doing the same work that our Caucasian and male counterparts get. It's a constant struggle. However, when I first got on the scene, there were very few women of color on. And there were none on Showtime when I did Veronica. I was one of the first. Um, and so, you can use it as a, oh, woe is me, or you can use it to motivate and move and want to invoke change. That's what I had chosen to do with my career, which is why I was so proud to do Found on a network television show, tell diverse stories, go from doing a role like Veronica to doing a role like Gabby Mosey, because I want them to see our versatility and how diverse we are and all the different kinds of stories, not only that we could tell, but that people will actually be interested in watching. And I'm happy to say our ratings were really good for Found. You know what it was like for Shameless. So people do want to hear our stories. We just need the backing a little more.
Exactly. Like I feel like in Hollywood, there was less before. There were less like, Black actors in screen. Now in 2025, we have Viola Davis, we have Shanola Hampton, we have so many incredible actresses and actors who are Black, who are just motivated to represent our culture, our history. And it's just amazing that I even have you on my show who has created her own show, Found. And it's just like, wow, like this is just amazing. But I am curious, like, how have you found confidence or developed your confidence even in the setting of the entertainment industry?
One of the greatest things that I always say is I have a really strong village. And I'm not talking because I'm an actor. Our family, even my extended family, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, we are a very tight unit. And they never doubt. They never have given me the face of you can't do this. So I only knew that I wanted to do this and saw the faces of my family saying, of course, because that's what we do for each other, whether it's me as an actor or a cousin saying they want to be an anesthesiologist or go for the doctorate. The backing that we have as a family unit, that's really where, and God, when you feel like something is ordained for your life, it's sort of like, yeah, don't get me wrong. I've had the rejection and the tears and the falling down, but there's always been a knowingness of this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yes, and I do want to touch on rejection because it's honestly just rejection in general is just hard to like fathom when you're like faced with it. And so I want to know, how have you dealt with that rejection? How have you dealt with the doubt that has come in your career?
Well, it's evolved as you get older, it changes. When I first got to LA, I won't tell you how many years ago, but when I first got to LA, it was very difficult. They were very brutal. I was too dark. They didn't like my voice. I didn't look like Halle Berry, which was just another, so that means you're not pretty enough. All of these things get told to you. And unless you have a strong sense of self, one of the things that I've never chased, and I still don't to this day, is chase the fame. I think people get caught up in wanting to be known and red carpets and not the love of what you do. If you love what you do, you're able to bounce back from rejection because you're not chasing anything other than doing what you love to do. And in the world of influencers, like you have to be an artist. And that's what I really focus on when I am getting rejected. Well, this is all that I just got rejected a few weeks ago. I mean, a form of rejection. My show was canceled. The show was doing great on NBC. We were telling great stories. The fans were outraged, but I have to pick up and go develop and find something else to do. And that's what I didn't have time to wallow. People said, how you feel? Are you okay? I'm fine. I know what this business is. I know what I signed up for. Let's go and get the next thing.
That's honestly just important to like look ahead of the rejection because honestly, like I said, rejection is God's protection. Like anything that God does not want
Yes.
you to have, it's for your own good, and He's doing that for your reason, either to make you stronger or to prepare you for something bigger for that role. I want to take a little quick break and remind the viewers out there, please go watch Shanola Hampton's show Found. I know it's just an incredible series. Go please watch it. It's amazing.
Yes.
And just thank you so much for just being on my show. This is honestly just an amazing and a big opportunity for me. And also go reach out and go check out the nonprofit that I have and the World Your Bowl of Noodles podcast on all our platforms. And just thank you so much for being here and let's get back into it. But I do want to touch on the idea of creativity because I know you, like you said, all acting is just, it's like almost like being an artist. You have to go into a blank canvas and be the role, be the person that you're given in that scene. And so how do we spark our creativity?
Changes. One of the things that I do as an artist is when I look at scripts, I'm looking for something that speaks to me. Can I add to it? What's the energy that I can bring to it? What's the vibe? Does it work for me to be able to, if it's a writer, to be able to tell the story and do it justice and elevate it in many ways? So for Gabby Mosley, it was instant. I knew that she was a baddie. And I always wanted, she was a real life superhero and finding these missing people in underserved communities. It was a project with purpose because we were diving into the discrepancies between who gets found and who doesn't. That's what spoke to me. And then after that, you put the outfit on, you get the hair and the makeup and it's all of the creative process. It's all of these geniuses who are great at what they do that help you create the character that the audience gets to enjoy. Everyone plays a part in making and bringing it alive. It's not just one thing. It's not one thing that I grab and make it. It's all of the other players that help me create all of the characters that I've been so blessed to do.
Exactly. And that's just like what you said about the hair and makeup. It's always the small little things that bring everything in, especially like when I'm writing a song, like the melody, like I construct the solid foundation of how I want the song to like sound. But then when you add in the lyrics, add in the beat, add in the harmony, it just flows and creates this beautiful like scenery, and just it's incredible. And just like acting, I feel like anything that has to do with just like art, like singing, dancing, acting, like all my friends, I know a lot of them are actors too. They want to become actors, musical theater. And so whenever I see them just act their roles, it's like when they put on the shirt, when they put on their costumes or their makeup, it's like they're living that human. They're like living in that person's like story.
Right.
And so it's just very emotional when you see them like just reenacting that. But I do want to touch
Yeah.
passion, because in any dream that you have, no matter if you want to become an actor or a doctor or a singer, you have to love what you do and have to have strong, deep compassion for that dream. So how do you stay consistent loving your dream and not doubting it or trying to like say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore?
Well, I think if anyone in any career gets to a point in life where they don't want to do the thing anymore, you have to. We get to be here for in this vessel that we're renting for such a short while. Why not be happy in what we're doing, whatever that is? Even if people are looking at you like you're crazy, whatever that thing that speaks to you when you're in your bed, why not go after that? And why settle for anything less than what you enjoy doing? That
Exactly.
doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy. The business part of the business sucks. Negotiating, fighting for your worth, dealing with different human beings who see you or try to put you in a box here, all of that sucks. But I find joy in the actual work on the ground doing the stuff that always brings me back from the business. I always say I can't stand the business part of the business, but I love what I do. I think that when that does fade, or if that ever does fade, I don't see it fading. And one of the things that you do, you start to diversify what you're doing. So acting was my biggest passion. Then after I had children, directing spoke to me, and I feel like I have more to offer, and now producing. So having that hyphen of doing multiple things helps me to say, okay, I my fire is lit about directing right now, let me do that. And it can change. You don't have to just be passionate about one thing. You can be a multifaceted human being.
Amen. Yes. Like God doesn't just give you one path. Yes, he gives you one path, but he sometimes might want you to enter into different areas, because like he has gifted you with so much talent, so much creativity, so much like gifts. Like you have to like use like some of them or all of them, because like if you can write them, write. If you can sing and sing. If you can act, then
That's
act.
right.
If you can do all of them, then do all of them. Like what's stopping you? If God's stopping you, then he's doing it for a reason. But if he's not, then honestly go for it. But
That's right.
right, like, but I do want to touch on the topic about like what you said, like it's not easy dealing with the business, like the people who doubt you, the people who put you down for your dream. And so how do you deal with like, I guess, haters and their comments?
It's interesting. I believe in I live a life of joy, I really do. I believe in sifting out those who do not serve. In the age of social media, you can get caught up in your own hype of the positive comments. You can get caught up in the hype of the negative. But if you just keep it even both ways, don't give too much credit to the things that the positive people say. Don't give too much to the negative people think. It keeps you balanced. There is a knowingness of self that happens as you grow, and it changes and it evolves. That is like really say what you want. God's plan for me has already been written. I'm just walking it. So your negativity doesn't affect me to in the long run. In the moment, it hurts. In the moment, I'm ticked off. In the moment, I'm ready to go, But then it's like, doesn't really matter. When I'm dying on my deathbed, I'm not going to remember that someone didn't believe in me or someone shook their head or they smirked when I said I wanted something. What I'm going to remember is the amount of family support I have, the God in my life, that stability, the joyous days that I get to spend just living life. That's really the most important thing. Career, whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, like just what you said, I always believe that God has given me another day. Like whenever I wake up, I know that I am in today and that I don't need to worry about tomorrow or yesterday, because all of that will come and has come or has came. But I know that I serve a God of today, and I serve the God of not tomorrow, not yesterday, but I know that like people are going to talk about you no matter what. Like I tell people, if you have something going on that's really interesting, that's really cool, people are going to find something to say about it because they're just like, wow, she's doing something out of the blue like that, or like something cool. But I always remind myself, like, no matter who's talking, remember who you serve, because my identity is not in the world, but in Christ. And so you got to know who you are, find your identity in not what people say, but know what God says. And so honestly, I feel like just confidence plays a key role in like forgetting about the haters and reminding yourself that I am a gifted human being. I don't need people to tell me that I am smart, that I am talented, that I am amazing. I already have a God that tells me that every single day, who gives me the opportunity every single day to show my worth and show my craft. So it's honestly just beautiful, like how we can have that relationship with God. But I do want to get into a little bit of that. Like, I want to know, like, what is your favorite Bible verse that you've kept in your heart that has helped you in times when you felt like discouraged?
I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me is my favorite go-to. It was also my mother passed away when I was 16 from breast cancer. It was one of the things in her illness that she would say often when it was hard to get out of bed and when she was going through her worst days. It's one of the ones that I live by now.
That's like, I'm sorry for your mom. And honestly, I didn't know that, but just thank you for sharing that. That's honestly just very touching because that Bible verse is actually the one that I carry with me, also with Jeremiah 29:11. Like, I know the plans that I have for you, the plans to prosper you, the plans to give you a future and a hope. That's one of my like favorite Bible verses because whenever I was a kid, I was always like discouraged. Like I might not have the best future, like the greatest future, but like when I read that Bible verse, I was like, wow, like God actually has a plan for me and he has a good,
Amen.
great future for me ahead. And so he has one for everyone.
Amen.
And so like it's just a blessing how when I look to you, I'm like, this is kind of who I want to be. Like this is who I aspire to be. Like someone, a godly woman, successful and just beautiful and talented. And it's just amazing that you're on my show again. Like I keep saying this, but thank
Thank you. It's amazing that you have me. I appreciate it. I really do. And you're doing such great work. I'm so proud of you.
you so much, Miss Shanola. But I do want to end the interview with one more last question. And I do want to touch because this is a very like funny question that I ask all my guests. But I do want to know, what is your favorite
Okay.
of noodles?
My favorite noodle
Mhm.
is a rigatoni.
And like, what do you add on it? Like, is there a sauce or type of like,
I like meat sauce. I like the bolognese. The bolognese, but I love Italian food. Listen, I like it. I like a mac and cheese. Let's be honest. Southern, done right. Don't play with my mac and cheese. I like a spaghetti noodle. I just like noodles. I like a fusilli noodle. I like noodles. And it's usually with a marinara red sauce, even though there's a pink like vodka sauce that I get that's really good, a spicy marinara that's good. I mean, I like Italian food. Noodles. Did you know this is noodles? This is sign for noodle. Did you know that?
no.
I used to teach my kids sign language. You want noodles? Want noodles? Yeah, I just did it for you. You're welcome on the noodle show.
Like, honestly, I was actually talking to one of my guests and they said like spaghetti is not a noodle. And so I was confused because like I don't know what a noodle is, but I guess I always associated anything that's like made out of flour and eggs and
Yeah, but doesn't it say spaghetti noodle on the box? But maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just says spaghetti. Oh, you just taught me something, girl. What you learn on the show.
don't even.
Thank you, my sweet girl.
But I'm so thankful. Just thank you so much, Miss Shanola. This is honestly an amazing opportunity, and I'm so glad that you're on my show. Honestly, thank you so much, and just thank you again for being here. This is honestly amazing.
Thank you. You're doing great. Congratulations.